Good morning, YouTubers, and welcome once again to the southern wing of the Stink Bug Works, where things are starting to get a little crowded and cluttered. Anyway, as you've seen, as many of you have seen, Big B is now working on that little hydro that I gave him. And one of the reasons I made that hydro a prize is I have another one that's really similar to it. And so that small bolt kind of languished in the back of my shop, and it just needed the love, and trust me, Big B is the guy to give it the love. Now, why didn't I pay much attention to it? That's because I have this. Now, the small bolt is 15 inches long. This thing is 16 inches long. It's pretty close to the same thing. So rather than have two of something, I thought it best to send it to somebody that could appreciate it and get it running where it should. The story on this goes like this. This was one of the very first Vortex 16s available to the public. And at the time, it had this turbine style canopy. Well, because of the way it was made, and over time, that thing kind of turned into a pretzel. I mean, let's face it, it was crap. So I just made a wood former, and actually this is a vacuum formed bubble from one of Randy Naylor's little mini hydros, and I just, fared that into this piece of wood. So now I've got a hatch that fits and covers this and is streamlined. It's a good hatch. Now this boat has gone through a bunch of different motors, and today I have, what do I have in there? I've got an 1107 2Y, which is 3400 kV. I was running this on 2S with a big prop, a P735. It ran real good, but that's an awful lot of prop for this little boat. It prop walks, it makes it hard to deal with. So, contrary to my usual line of thinking, I'm going to run 3S. I like to run 2S boats because, let's face it, I'm cheap. And 2S batteries are cheaper than 3S. But I have a 3S pack that will fit in here. I am currently charging batteries right now. Oh, must have switched off. Anyway, I'm charging batteries today, and I'm going to take these out to the pond tomorrow. So I'm going to run this little puppy on 3S and see how it does. I'm going to start off with a reduced 427 prop. According to my calculator, that should put me at maximum efficient RPM. I should be up in the 91%, maybe even 92% efficiency on this setup, which means 92% of the power is going to making this thing turn, and only 8% of the power is going to heat all this up. That's good. Oh, my battery started again. I must have bumped something. Oh, I see. I'm bumping something. Anyway, that's good because my cooling system is pretty restricted. These little flow-through motor mounts aren't real free-flowing, and I had to make modified inlets and outlets to clear this because otherwise the hoses would be coming up through here. So I had to do that, which reduces the flow. And so, you know what? As long as I have some flow, it's better than no flow. Yeah, it'd be nice if it were just whizzing in and whizzing out, but that isn't going to happen with this arrangement. It's just what it's going to have to be. One thing I like doing, and Big B, this is on your canopy as well, is I like putting the receiver up here. It keeps it off the bottom of the boat. If there's water in here, it's not going to get into here. Of course, I'm now using conformal coating on all my receivers and such, but it still helps out. This is an old one. It may or may not have that. I don't know. So it helps keep it out of there. This little thing is all full of foam throughout here. I made Depron stringers, and all the non-trips and the sponsons and the nose here is full of expanding foam. This thing is a brick. It is an absolute brick. It's as stiff as a brick. So it runs real well. A stiff boat is a good happy boat. So we're going to try running this on 3S with a smaller prop, get it spinning up where it's efficient, and let's hope this prop is enough to push this boat around. You know, spinning, it's one thing. Having it hook up and push the boat is another thing. So there you go. That's, I hope to take videos of this tomorrow. I'm going to run this and the Dona and maybe a secret surprise that uses this little 1.2 amp airsoft battery, but it's a boat. But it needs this particular little battery to get where it needs to go. So maybe I'll show you that as well with the little XT30s. Oh, you know, before I go, I'm going to let you guys in on a little tip. I have a bunch of batteries that all look the same. And how do you know if it's charged or not charged or ready to be charged? There's guys on eBay with 3D printers, and they'll sell you a bunch of these little color-coded caps for cheap. And so green means off the charger, ready to go. Red means in storage mode. This means it's been used. So that helps me keep track of the batteries. You know, when you have a bunch that are all the same, how do you know which is which? So that's a good way to stay safe, and you know, so you're not storing batteries that are overcharged or undercharged. So you know what you have in the inventory. Okay, boys and girls, until next time, jet out.